Not hatchbacks, and yet it's more capable than earlier. A great gearbox, a really lovely steering system, and compact dimensions and small weight pillars, and you can see that running. As time goes on, I'm starting to think that there was just this absolute pinnacle of road.
Just look at the total amount of energy used divided by the total cost, we get a charge of 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So we multiply this $9.38. Now, how much does it cost per month? Well, that depends on how much you drive. The average American drives about 1,000 miles per month. I drive far less than that because I just sit in my office and doodle on this whiteboard and never leave the house. But regardless, let's say I were to be a normal human and drive 1,000 miles per month. We know the range of the vehicle is 310. We multiply that by the cost per tank, which is $9.38, and we get a monthly cost of about $30 a month if you're driving 1,000 miles per month. And then if we multiply that out using similar math for a year, it's basically this multiplied by 12, accounting for the decimal places that are included within it. We get $363 per year. That's to go 12,000 miles per year in the Tesla Model 3 Performance. Now, I wanted to compare it to a similar vehicle, and we'll get into other scenarios with cheaper cars later on in this video. But the vehicle which I chose, if we were to multiply that by 12, $1,437 per year, more than the Tesla to drive the exact same distance. Now, yes, averages here, EPA estimates where you're going to be, $1,400 per about 2.2 gallons of fuel at a full charge. So basically no fuel. The only reason it's able to go so far is because it's crazy efficient. Now, if you're actually paying super close attention, you're like, wait a minute, if I take 116, the Tesla's combined fuel economy rating, and I multiply that by 2.2, that's going to give me something closer to like 260 miles, not the 310 that the EPA says it should be getting. And part of why this is because this does not account for regen. So if you have regen occurring, which every time you slow down your vehicle, the combined fuel economy rating, of course, includes city mileage. If you have combined fuel economy rating here and you have regen occurring, your vehicle is going to use more than 75 kilowatt hours on a full charge. So now let's make a comparison that makes more sense on a national, broader level. For regular gas is $2.35 in this video. That dates it so much is the fact that I'm saying gasoline costs $2.35. So it's very cheap at the moment. So to fill up the Tesla with electric national act like a Nissan Leaf or a BMW gallon tank that gets 30 versus $940 with a 30 mile per gallon car per year with getting $180 if gas was $4 a gallon. It's not, so it's $7,000 over 10 years. Looking at buying two different cars, here are the equations each of these cars cost per month from an energy standpoint. So for an electric car, you're taking the number of miles of battery size divided by the charging efficiency. In this case, I used 80%. Apply that by the price of gasoline, and that will give you about half, meaning you would match the electric car. So if you were to buy a gasoline car that had 60 mile per gallon fuel economy and fuel remained at $2.35, then you for watching.
Assuming it's going to be a timing chain tensioner failure, what we're going to do in this into our oil pan, you can see just how nasty this timing. Right away that we have our old style tensioner. When you see this little gray band on the tensioner, you know for sure this is the old type. For comparison, here's what our new style around and lining up our TDC marks from our crankshaft pulley to our rotate the engine around clockwise, always clockwise only. time the chain, I can see the camshaft. Here on the exhaust cam, or you remove one of this, or honestly a stack of washers, you know, I don't know. So if you take this off and start screwing around with moving the engine, you're gonna get your engine out of time. For us, this is not a big deal, but if you're doing a chain tensioner or doing some kind of oil leak, you will almost guarantee to get your engine out of time, and that is not what we want to do. So you better have one of these guys, or again, the fancy VW tool, which is actually way nicer than this one, because it holds everything together much better than this. Now that I've yelled at you, 4 pins in it and an opening to get through. This one came from the link for this job down in the description. Hold in and snug it, that is secured. The pulley is also sort of keyed to that gear. You can see these little grooves here in the pulley. You'll notice one is like a double notch right in. Key point here, this, put our tool in. This is also out of our bracket. Luckily, our ignition coils are already been removed. What we're trying to do is take off the camshaft bridge. A lot of people call this a valve cover. PCVs are already mostly removed. We'll undo our high pressure fuel pump. I've even seen that string we were talking about a minute ago. I need to remove this one in order to get to this bolt right back here. If you're doing this as maintenance, you're actually going to need to set the proper positioning of those with these little slider pins. Remove the solenoid, you drop this little pin in. Next, we're going to take out all these T30 bolts holding this to the cylinder head. When we're removing a component like this, we want to make sure that we're removing it. We start in the middle and work our way out. So we're going to remove this side first, then go to the outside, and back and forth until we get all the holes out.